Welcome back gamers, weebs, and degenerates, to the biggest video I've ever done. It's a project so big in scope, I decided to go back on what I said in the last video. Instead of one massive epic of an episode, you are getting more bite-sized digestible pieces first. When I was looking at editing this monstrosity, the initial timetable of July or August went right out the fucking window. It was looking more like November or December. We'll see how spot on I was when I finish the final part of this series. In the meantime, enjoy. This episode was extremely overambitious. I had to cut out content I wanted to do for this episode, because it was so fucking huge. There will be no rating content for this video. While recording and making this video, I moved twice. In 1 week. Just process that for a moment. The situation is complex and I'll explain it in the future. Due to my uncertain schedule, I didn't want to tackle any rating content with a half-assed approach. So I expect some great rating content, just not in this episode. Don't worry, I've got the good shit right here. So sit back, strap in, or strap on if you prefer, and get ready for part 1 of my magnum opus. Until my next magnum opus. Level 40, what a rush. I've made it so far in this game. Yet there is still such a high climb to the top, aside from the mountain of things I need to do post level 50. I didn't cover it in the last episode. Hitting level 40 felt great, like I really accomplished something. With the amount of time I've invested into the game, I'd have so many max level tunes in WoW Classic. I know a lot of my viewers love WoW Classic, and so do I, but there is just a different feeling to accomplishing something like this. It's a feeling I have not felt since I hit level 60 and back in vanilla WoW, way the hell back in 2005. I'm only level 40. I'm 20 levels away from max level. It may not seem like a lot, but I've just started climbing that mountain. I'm at least 2/10 of the way up it, despite what my level says. When was the last time you played an MMORPG and made friends? People may shit on this game for being old, but I say it's the age of this game that adds to its charm and community. In a scenario where people are forced to rely on others for experience, real bonds of friendship are formed. The strongest bond I've formed is with Kaz. We've been through thick and thin with each other. He's my brother in arms and a good friend I can rely on. Kilf, our schedules don't always meet, but when we get together to play it's like fucking magic. I've never had a better time playing any game than when the three of us can get together. These two are the prime examples. It would take me a while to go over every single person I've met or spoken to, but know that I love each and every one of you. My life has been changed forever by going through this journey. Which started because I was bored and thought it would be fun to make a video about my newbie adventures in a 23-year-old game. I honestly cannot convey how grateful I am for meeting each and every one of you, but I'll try to find a way. People call it nostalgia. Bitch, I barely played this game before February. A bit when Planes of Power came out, a bit on Blue in 2017 and when Green launched. If you miss the connections you used to make playing MMOs back in the day, give this game an honest shot. It may be old and full of flaws, but those flaws make it a niche experience you won't get anywhere else. Just a cliff note. I know the raid scene can be toxic as hell. Find me an MMO that doesn't have any toxicity whatsoever, and I'll sprout wings out of my ass and fly to Jupiter. I honestly don't care. No, I'm not going to switch servers. No, I don't care how good your server is. I felt like something was missing from the last episode. I just wanted to convey my joy to all of you that I decided to play this game. I may be a degenerate weeb that takes the self-deprecating humor so far it causes some of you to worry, but I'm your degenerate weeb that will try to hold back a bit on the self-deprecating humor, despite the fact that I get off on that shit. Oh fuck, I've gone and made it weird again. Our goal upon hitting level 40 was to go to the Dreadlands and kill glacial yetis. Since some of them were white con to us, we decided to find another spot. City of Mist would have been the best place to go, but if you know anything about me, I don't always take the easy path. Nor any path at all, winging it is the true path to adventure. We decided our next destination was going to be West Karana. For some reason or another, I did not bring a single plat with me. So after running all the way back to Furionave and running through the Dreadlands, we got our port from I'm a Druid LOL, which to be honest is a 10 out of 10 name, don't even try to deny it. So after a long ass run, we finally made it to our destination. The Corrupt Guard Tower. While the guards do give a juicy bit of experience, they also drop bracers with every death, which can be turned in all the way at the bridge to South Karana. The main problem is that Kaz cannot turn in these bracers, so we figured out we'd find a way to cheese it. When we arrived at the guard tower, it was sadly occupied. We ended up parking our butts, waiting for the next chance we'd have. That chance came, as I logged in later that night, and its former occupants had vacated the vicinity. The biggest question I had, is how often do they respawn? Kaz wasn't sure either, so after I fully buffed the lizard we went to work. Upon rooting guard Donlin, guard McCluskey came out to play. To be honest, we always get his name wrong. Including Donlin, who I often refer to as Dolan. Kaz and my dog killed McCluskey. We then annihilated Donlin, who's a lower level, but for some reason he still gives decent experience. We learned that they respawn 6 minutes after their death, which wasn't too bad. It did leave a lot of downtime, unfortunately. Killing these corrupt guards were improving our relationship with the guards of Kano's, which is really good for Kaz, as we won't have to resort to all manners of fuckery just so he can hand in his bracers. Long story short, we killed these guards, got some levels and moved on. Well, that's it for part 1. You're still here? You still want some content? I'm not lying when I say that all we did was kill guards for days on end. Well, I suppose I may have left out a few minor details. Just a few. Don't go expecting a really long video out of this, after all we're just killing guards. 𝗡𝗘𝗩𝗘𝗥 and I sat around for a while waiting for the guards to spawn. We were trying to determine if this place was the right place. It was safe for the most part, pending someone doesn't screw up we likely won't die. The same can't be said if we go to a dungeon with a high ZEM value, because other people are often the cause of your death. Either they pull too much, part of the group is away from keyboard, or someone runs a train on your ass. Out here, there are no trains. You get 97,000 experience from killing McCluskey, and 67,000 from killing Donlin, along with the 48,000 experience you get per bracer. So how much experience do you roughly need to get from level 40 to level 41? Over 12 million experience. Damn son. That's a lot of XP. When I saw this, not only did it remind both Kaz and I that we are in a hell level, but we have a lot of work ahead of us if we want to take this safe route. Dividing all of the experience we'd get per kill, including the experience from the bracers, we'd each get 130,000 experience per cycle, roughly. When you divide 12,720,000 experience by 130,000, you need to kill McCluskey and Donlin 92.36 times just to get over the hell level, and that doesn't include the racial experience penalties. That's just a basic bitch number. I'm not even going to begin to go over how much time this was going to take, because frankly I'm not that good at math. So take that number, a rough estimate from someone who sucks at math. This is a lot of time to invest into anything. So when investing a lot of time into a menial task, people tend to get bored. Very, very bored. If I could weigh this boredom and convert into something, I'd convert it into gigabytes, because during our time in West Karana I recorded over 51 gigabytes worth of footage. Want some real hard numbers for this boredom? Are you the type that won't get satisfied until I go over the nitty-gritty of just how boring it is just grinding the same mobs for hours on end? That's 1,859 minutes, or 31 hours rounded up. I spent 31 hours of my life in West Karana. Oh god, I spent 31 hours of my life in West Karana. What the fuck am I doing with my life? I could be out there, doing something useful with my life. But instead I'm here, grinding away 31 hours of my life just to make vaguely funny videos with nothing but jokes about being a weeb degenerate. But still, this game has reached out and grasped both my heart and balls. It twists on my heartstrings whenever something wholesome happens, and it twists my balls whenever I make a mistake and fuck up. Dear God, I think I found the relationship I've always been looking for. But it's a fucking game. You can't fornicate with a game. No, you can't become one of those weird boys who tries to legally marry their waifu. I'm not that far down the rabbit hole. It's so tempting. All of my friends are down there. Sure, I've been single for a while, but I've always been a lady killer. Going back out there and dating again isn't scary at all. I don't need this game, it needs me. I think it will be just fine if I play a little more.
It was only a matter of time until this happened. People laugh and call this a dead game that only boomers play. The fact is, it doesn't matter how old or young you are. Once you've peered into the mouth of madness, there is no hope for you. Eventually, the only thing that matters is the game. You know this. Yet you pushed him forward, egged him on if you will. I'm afraid 𝗡𝗘𝗩𝗘𝗥 has been corrupted. It's only a matter of time now, until he falls completely into the rabbit hole that is Everquest.
So what do two primal gods do when they are faced with boredom? Rename one of the guards. Apparently guard 𝗡𝗘𝗩𝗘𝗥 has such a confusing name, that we thought it would be fun to rename him. To be honest, we were killing time. To quote the line that started this, two bracers are about the same experience as fighting 𝗡𝗘𝗩𝗥 or whatever his name is. This prompts Kaz to say 𝗡𝗡𝗩𝗥 a monster. I followed up with 𝗡𝗡𝗩𝗥, because I remember when McConnell got tired of everyone calling him 𝗡𝗡𝗩𝗥. Kaz came up with the brilliant reply of 𝗡𝗡𝗥𝗥ing. Yep, this video is never getting monetized. 𝗡𝗡𝗥𝗥𝗥, I replied with righteous fury. 𝗡𝗡𝗡𝗥 said Kaz with a proud look adorned on his face. I kind of corrected his spelling. You know what, it's going to take a long time just to over all of these, and make them sound interesting. So allow me to present to you, all the names we called 𝗡𝗡𝗥𝗥. 𝗡𝗡𝗥, 𝗡𝗡𝗏𝗡𝗥, 𝗡𝗡𝗏𝗡𝗥, 𝗡𝗡𝗏𝗡𝗏𝗡𝗏𝗡𝗏𝗡𝗏𝗡𝗏𝗡𝗏𝗡𝗏𝗡𝗏𝗡𝗏𝗡𝗏𝗡𝗏𝗡𝗏𝗡𝗏𝗡𝗏𝗡𝗏𝗡𝗏𝗡𝗏𝗡𝗏𝗡𝗏𝗡𝗏𝗡𝗏𝗡𝗏𝗡𝗏𝗡𝗏𝗡𝗏𝗡𝗏𝗡𝗏𝗡𝗏𝗡𝗏𝗡𝗏𝗡𝗏𝗡𝗏𝗡𝗏𝗡𝗏𝗡𝗏𝗡𝗏𝗡𝗏𝗡𝗏𝗡𝗏𝗡𝗏𝗡𝗏𝗡𝗏𝗡𝗏𝗡𝗏𝗡𝗏𝗡𝗏 𝗡𝗘𝗩𝗘𝗥, 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 𝗡𝗘𝗩𝗘𝗙, 𝗡𝗘𝗩𝗘𝗙. I don't know what's happening, but I can't stop, won't stop. 𝗡𝗘𝗩𝗘𝗏𝗡𝗥. It's called passing time lamau. Much like passing gas, it's essential with a 6-minute respawn timer. 𝗡𝗘𝗩𝗘 family vacation. This script is honestly writing itself. You do some weird shit when faced with a long, boring, arduous grind. We ended the day, still sitting at level 40. Honestly, this was the worst level I have ever gained so far. Yes, I know, before everyone tells me it's going to be hell post level 50, I know this already. But I'll still bitch if I feel like something is taking forever, and take forever this hell level did. We decided on a new name for McCluskey, it's Clucky. Far easier to remember, still somewhat disrespectful, but the perfect nickname for this corrupt buffoon. Faced with a 6-minute respawn timer, one often resorts to tabbing out of the game in order to fill the time. I found something to occupy my time while I waited, because renaming and insulting Clucky can only get you so far. On this particular day, tragedy struck. I tabbed out of the game and Kaz decided to pull Clucky as soon as he spawned. Even though it is off-screen, I can slowly feel Kaz's trust in me fading away as his hit points drain. Just as he's near death, the only thing he says is gonna need a heal, he hitting hard. I only realized what was happening after Clucky came to attack me. I sprang to action, feeling like the biggest asshole ever. I don't know if my reply of OMG so sorry sounded sarcastic, but it sure looks that way looking back. To be honest though, this version of Clucky was the fucking Terminator, he nearly killed me too. Prick wouldn't stay rooted. Once Clucky died, I asked in guild if there was anyone who could resurrect Kaz. Since it was my fault for tabbing out, I figured it was my responsibility to pay for the resurrection. 𝗡𝗘𝗩𝗘𝗥 answered the call. The problem was he was in the Firat, so it would take a while for him to get out to us. His full name, Potato. Best name ever in the history of best names. He entered into my good graces when he called Kaz a monk. It's been a meme ever since. My YouTube comments have been flooded with people saying that Kaz really should be using feign death. As his friend, I do my utmost to take in and enjoy the fact that he dies a little inside whenever someone calls him a monk.
Enough! I am not
a monk.
I am a warrior!
Not only did 𝗡𝗘𝗩𝗘𝗥 resurrect Kaz, but he refused to take my money. This man is a scholar and a gentleman, coming from ogre country just to resurrect a humble monk. I mean warrior. After tossing us a few buffs, 𝗡𝗘𝗩𝗘𝗥 left to perform his other cleric duties. Godspeed, Potato. Now, I want you to stop and think about what just happened. Would these events happen in any other MMORPG? No, they wouldn't. This is why Project 1999 Everquest is such a great game. From a simple mistake of tabbing out, someone came from the other side of the world, just to give out a free 90% res. You don't get emergent gameplay like this in other MMORPGs. This is part of the reason why Project 1999 Everquest is so good. Community may have died in World of Warcraft, but it's still going strong here. Our bags filled with bracers, it was now time for Kaz and I to head to North Karana. The end point is at the bridge leading to South Karana. With all of the corrupt guards we killed, Kaz was beyond dubious. He was indifferent. He could in theory walk up to a guard in Kanos and not get the living shit beaten out of him. I followed Kaz, since I had to go AFK to make a sandwich. Despite the fact that it's pretty easy to navigate West Karana, I have a sense of direction so shit it would make Roronoa Zoro blush. For those noobs out there, just follow the path east along the water. Continue doing so in North Karana, it will take you right up to the bridge. I honestly wish I knew that shortcut in my earlier levels, because I stuck to those long winding paths like my life depended on it. When we arrived we simply had to go up the stairs. However, we discovered one NPC that wasn't a part of the Kanos Guard there. Brother Nalan was a paladin, not a member of the Kanos Guard faction. We hightailed it to South Karana. On our second attempt to reach the top of the stairs, I casted invisibility on Kaz. It worked, quite well actually. Thankfully the paladin could not detect invisibility. That would mean hours worth of work down the drain for Kaz if he could. I call this good guy barbarian benefits. Still though, after 2 days of grinding and handing in an inventory of these bracers, I was only 3 bubbles into my level. Hell, levels truly suck. We however decided to call it a day. A troll shaman by the name of Cannibal moved in while we were out handing in our bracers. He contacted me previously asking me to tell him when we'd be done for the day. Being nice guys, we surrendered the spot for the rest of the day.
Swing low, sweet chariot.
Something 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 carry me home.
Hey Dank, what you got on your fingers?
I got blisters on my fingers.
Find me and win a prize. Okay.
What's your lock?
Well, spank my ass and call me Charlie. A chamois nearby. I can picture in this moment Kaz wondering what the fuck I just said. Okay, he replied, probably not knowing what to say. Meanwhile I was at the peak of excitement. I had a shaman to pass gear down to.
Don't be senile, man. Don't give log, give hint.
I see trees.
Lo-fi, hip-hop and EQ.
Juicy.
Livin' the dream.
In the guard tower.
I just saw him run by.
I'll save you.
Custos makes a rude gesture at Brother Trindle.
Another hint.
A road that leads south.
Okay, I hope to find and save you.
I'm gonna eat him.
Nani?
Are you sexy?
Oh yeah, he gonna get ate.
I'm on a road going south.
God, you were eating those hits like it's nothing.
I know, I love it.
Don't move.
Its vision is based on movement.
I'm on the south road. Any more clues? I was on the south road.
First right after coming here from Kanos Hills.
Okay, thanks, OMW. No, so here.
I will sew you.
I can sew you.
Got Sao here.
I just sewed you.
Lol, thanks. OMG was trying to strafe like a bard.
I love everyone who just OOC'd.
Wait there baby, I'll save you. I love how stupid I missed I got so. Scarecrows, frowny face. I'm running. On road. I see you. Yay. I'll save you. Hits guard McCluskey for 500 points of damage. Yay.
My hero.
Stay for a second, we'll buff you.
Can I hit? Hits guard Athelius for 500 points of damage. Sorry if I KS. Oops, wrong mob.
I love this kid. Custos rules over crusades.
Lol, oh hell yes. I will pass on gifts. Pay forward. I just wanted to complete task. Crusades cheers at Custos. Makes the game more fun, smiley face.
'Cause those starts licking his lizard lips.
I moist.
Wait. Not done. One more.
'Cause those laughs at crusades.
Have fun, smiley face. A few minutes later, Crusades messaged me.
I'll always keep this ring.
Which ring? Did Kaz give it to you?
Yes, engagement.
Ooh, I'm gonna go tease Kaz.
Lol.
This is our first run-in with someone who goes by many names. For the purpose of cohesion, I'll refer to this person as Crusades. On this day, I met someone who was as big of a degenerate as I am, yet I didn't quite realize this until later. Crusades initially did not know who I was, that I did YouTube videos. This is the first friend I made, who is as big of a degenerate as me. This is the first time that I came too close to pushing the rules of EQ to the limit. I'll be frank. Crusades saved us. Without Crusades our time in West Karana would not be the same. It's thanks to Crusades that West Karana will never be the same. This is the start of my journey. The real start. Everything before was prologue before the greatness to come. Do you know Crusades IRL?
No clue. Random person.
Ah, Crusades said something weird to me. I'll always keep this ring. I asked Crusades which ring? Did Kaz give it to you? Crusades replied yes, engagement.
Oh fuck, did I just get EQ married?
I think you did, buddy.
I gave him the rat-shaped ring. Good saves.
Got the old EQ ball and chain now. I hope your children have many scales.
If they don't, I'll eat him. Straight Kronos that shit.
Crusades wouldn't be very happy. Don't go eating your kids just cause they are a little weird.
It's an XR thing. I was 8 as a child.
Ah, no wonder everyone hates you XR. A few moments later.
Does anyone else crash a lot?
I got you, boo.
Oh yes. This game needs more activities. Events to stop pushing these end-zone raids.
/gems.
But I thought the romance between my best lizard buddy and the paladin was the activity.
I got moist.
Arara.
Mixmaster Kaz, hit us with the non-copyright beat, and make it sick. Ah, we have fun. OOC is spicy today. McClucky in your pants. Free buffs to whoever comes to number 9 on the map.
I'm at number 6.
Ooh la la.
It's random. Hold on, where is number 6?
Think bottom right?
Seems number 6 is on the bottom, ironic.
Arara.
Ah, today is fun.
It is. This is my first time with Pally.
I was making a sex joke, but it actually is bottom XD.
Come to Weird Uncle Athilius. He'll sew you, send you off on your way and won't eat the weird XR half-breeds you made with Kaz.
Let me say this, nice people at number 9. Hate this rain.
More wet.
That's hot.
Arara.
So spicy out here.
I need to buy so in a can.
I need to get started on alchemy, but I'm a lazy bastard. Come on out though, I'll sew you.
I'm deep. Mistle.
Too late, I've already seen it.
You know she got pregnant with that thing right after the raid? Mistle.
What?
Tell me more.
I'm shy.
So am I, but being a degenerate cancels it out for me. Or rather, I should say being a man of culture keeps my hands full.
LOL, hands full.
Just realized I said that OOC.
Probably a mistell, /wink. You ever see a movie and see two guys but the woman never shows up? But you still watch it?
No comment.
Asking for a friend.
Sure, I believe you.
I'm a friend.
I'm trying.
Try harder.
Moan.
Arara. Arara. Arara.
I'm bound my turnkey with sense heading. Then forgot and bashed everyone.
Now that's some dirty talk.
Crusades smiles.
Bind that sense heading.
Binding is the best thing.
It really is.
I did that once and harm touched myself one time.
Seriously is lol. I just laid on hands.
Nice.
And never looked back.
Hot.
Felt a little guilty.
Are you bound to this zone?
I'm bound to Western wastes. Make it do or die.
I am capable of binding, if you're interested.
I'm bound at Kano's, but you had me at bind. You two are as nice as can be.
Kaz, I'm stealing this one.
Stealing what one?
Well, thanks. You know the motto, pay it forward.
Always do.
This high elf paladin.
Kaz ate a high elf this one time.
Aurora.
I just realized you've been taking eating as a sexual act. Nah man, I eat people.
Ah, less fun.
For you maybe, XD.
I may be a weird bastard, but boar ain't my thing. But I don't think any less of you if it's your thing.
Oh gods no. Why you gotta ruin this for me?
I'm fucking with ya. Ah ha 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 ha. 'Cause I'm a weird bastard man. You should know this by now.
She's all yours, give her the old 1-2 whackety whack and put her in your sack.
OMG Lamau, ah, we have fun.
We do.
After filling up on bracers for the second time, we made way to North Karana in order to turn in. Level 40 felt like an eternity, and that's because it was. We started killing guards on Friday, and it was Wednesday by the time both of us hit 41. Kaz hitting it earlier, because if you recall in the previous video, he spent a little overtime. Keep in mind we don't play on weekends, usually. I wonder what he was doing during that overtime, XR things maybe? Hearing that sweet ding for the first time all week hit me instantly with that dopamine. I really don't advise doing this unless you are an evil character, because you can get better experience at City of Mist, plus the place is so busy that you can almost always get a group. However, our monkey brains wanted us to murder 2 guards every 6 minutes. To our primate minds, this was good shit. I should post a warning to all of the newbies out there, that if you end up grinding this spot, it won't increase all of the factions inside of Kano's. Poor Kaz got nuked by a wizard on the way to the bank, the poor bastard. I don't lament my time in West Karana, as I made not 1, but 2 new friends. One being Crusades, who goes by many names, because Crusades has so many alts. The other being Dank Matt. I expressed my joy, in an albeit weird way, when I found out there was a Lobby shaman in the area to pass my gear on to. I'm not sure how far it got him. Hopefully he went far with the gear I passed on. However, everyone here knows the motto, either you've heard me say it, or you've been playing EQ for years and someone said it to you, pay it forward. I also went to Hollis and passed on a bag of some other miscellaneous gear I've acquired but have not used for one reason or another to Fregos. I also handed him 50 plat. Helping out newbies when I can, has become a fun little side activity. I often don't record it, but I give away gear and plat to low-level players or just buff them, because that's how we keep the ball rolling. That's how we continue to build up this community. No lie, being a noob in P99 can be quite brutal. There is a steep learning curve and it can be unforgiving. I would equate being a noob to climbing Mount Everest, with your dick. Now that's a mental image. I certainly got the easy path, because people were kind enough to shower me with gear. But if you see a low-level player, who's clearly new to the game, please guide them in the right direction. You can also join my Discord if you have any questions about the game or need help. There are plenty of people who have been playing this game far longer than I have, and can guide you in the right direction and maybe even help you out with some starter gear. Instill these nuts.
Ha! Got him.
So at this point you are asking, are these guys this dumb that they stuck to the corrupt guard tower instead of going to City of Mist? The answer is, yes, we are so very dumb for staying at the corrupt guard tower instead of going to City of Mist. We were locked, cocked and ready to rock and roll. The guard tower grind is so boring, that once again we have to resort to conversation just to stay slightly amused. Which in itself is actually a brilliant mechanic that makes this game shine. Name an MMORPG where you have a 6-minute respawn timer? So what do people do when they are bored out of their mind? They talk. Unless you are playing solo, then I guess cue the sad forever alone music.
Walk out the door, you see someone that you know and they ask you how you are, and you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
Seriously, find a friend to play this game with. If you don't have one, make one. When it comes to camps like these, my paranoid delusions return. Like with the Null Fangs, I absolutely refuse to give up a day of farming because someone else was here, despite the fact that we could have gone to City of Mist. You see, Kaz is often a late riser, often going to bed in the wee hours of the night and waking up at indeterminate times. On the contrast, my life is extremely routine. I go to bed at a respectable time, and I wake up early in the morning. So oftentimes, it was 3 to 6 hours after I wake up, that I would start playing. However, I knew from before that people come to this spot. So I wanted to grab the corrupt tower nice and early, to farm those guards every 6 minutes. So I started doing just that. After all, I can't let anyone else farm this tower. This is my tower, these bracers belong to Kaz and I need to farm up as many as I can in order to get my next level. Don't make me kill a bitch, I'll do it. I'm a crazy motherfucker. You wanna try me? Step outside. You know how this is gonna play out. This is my territory, bitch. Do you like my shank? It's a fucking spear. I'll penetrate you so hard I'll send us both back in time before your conception and become your new dad. Ah ha 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 ha. No one will stop the grind, no one. These are my guard bracers, my own, my precious. Oh fuck, I'm doing it again, aren't I? Relapsing as a bitch. It's amazing that a 23-year-old game can turn you into a paranoid schizophrenic for brief periods of time. I honestly didn't mind doing this, because Kaz was about 3 bubs ahead of me in terms of experience. Unlike my poor warrior friend, I could actually solo this. Root rotting is still overpowered, no matter how high your level goes. You know, it's surprising how long this part has become, and I've cut out a lot of stuff. Like the hours of conversations with Crusades about a guy in West Karana that is online 24/7 farming Swarm Mother, which I honestly think that is sus as fuck, because it only spawns every 3 hours, but regardless, this video could be way longer.
This zone isn't as spicy today.
Agreed.
Ilias, get on that.
I'm not a spice factory.
I disagree.
I agree.
I'm just a weird boy, it's kind of my thing.
With my disagree?
Yes.
2 against 1, Ilias, make with the spicy.
I need some fire to work with, it takes 2 to tango.
I nominate Crusades.
Oh snap.
Kaz putting pressure on people. Kaz is laying down the law.
I want this zone to get filthy, enough to have Blisty come and clean it up.
Oh, he will.
Hey now, I'd like to not get banned. Blist may find me mildly amusing, but I can easily throw that out the window with how weird I can be.
Any spank a lantern?
I can spank your lantern.
Oh snap.
Aurora.
I'm in love.
Well, I play hard to get.
That's not what you tell me every day. Don't worry, I'm easy.
He's just jealous.
Totally, I see a fungus catcher.
I like the metaphor.
Aurora.
Question mark. How so?
Hey Crusades, can you fill me up?
For sure.
Blistig walks in.
FBI, open up!
Oh, look at that. We dinged level 42. Honestly, the grind is less of a pain in the ass when you're not in a hell level. We managed to hit level 42 with 1 day of playtime too, which is significantly better than 4 fucking days for a level. I know I'm bitching about hell levels now. People tell me to wait until I hit level 51. Level 54 and 59 are double hell levels, which should be extremely special, can't wait for those grinds. However, that is still 1 hell level away. I feel like getting past hell levels are good indicators if you are going to stick to the game or not, because if you don't like grinding for hours on end, this game isn't for you. I should mention though that Crusades is a trade skills nut. You see, there is something I wanted, the bearskin potion bag. It allows you to combine single dose potions into 10 stack doses, which is extremely essential, because who the fuck wants to pay for a Spirit of the Wolf pot in a single dose? I tried to buy one for a while, but I eventually gave up. So I asked Crusades about making one. A few days later, I had one in my inventory, and it was completely free. You need 68 tailoring, I just didn't want to grind out that profession for a bag when I could buy it for 50 platinum. As you will discover in part 4 of episode 5, I will need to level up a lot of my trade skills, because I've set my sights on the Coldane Prayer Shawl. While I will not be obtaining it in part 4, because of the level required in getting it, I will be showing you my perspective when it comes to leveling up these trade skills as a noob. In order to get the shawl, you need 127 baking, 162 pottery, 208 tailoring, 168 brewing, 162 jewel crafting and 168 fletching. I honestly think that is cool. Think of a modern MMORPG where you need to level multiple professions just to get an item, and in order to get that item you also need to complete an epic quest. Part 4 will mostly be a setup for the video where I get the shawl. I'm sure there will be a lot of rage, and I'm sure it will be cursed as fuck.
Just imagine if Holly was out here. She doesn't joke.
No clue who that is.
Whoa, the real Athelius.
Holly roams Kano's hills.
I am here, in the present.
Athelius, you're my hero.
Cheers to living in the shared reality.
Haha, first fanboy.
Thank you, thank you. I'm glad to be sharing the reality with a lot of you. This reality rather. English hard, it's only my native language.
Hey, works either way I think, but not a professor.
Professor 𝗡𝗘𝗩𝗘𝗥 might have a word or two to say about that.
Panicked lizard noises.
Reasonable reaction.
Smacks 𝗡𝗘𝗩𝗘𝗥 on the back of the head. Speak properly, or it's back to the pit with you.
𝗡𝗘𝗩𝗘𝗥.
I'm sorry you all. My lizard is defective. What's the customer support number again?
1-800 Madison Secret.
No. That's not it. I already call that one. Daily.
310-3030.
That just sounds like someone's phone number. I found it. 1-800 lizard bork bork.
That's the number I call when my wife goes to bed.
Oh my, a fleshy orb.
Tell me more.
Is that what kids are calling it these days?
Well, the thing is.
Thought you were breeding, not nurturing, sicko.
Sorry, should I keep my fleshy orb to myself?
That lady in Kinos wants it.
Keep it in your pants like the rest of us.
I give it to her 10 times a day.
Speak for yourself.
I wish my dad was alive.
That's just sad.
Did you die?
Only inside.
Like a vampire?
Nah, like some edgelord. The worst kind of dying inside.
This kite's for you.
Sad kiting.
3 out of 10, looking to adopt an ogre.
Ogre worst race. Hot take.
Would you do an ogre before an 𝗡𝗘𝗩𝗘𝗥? Hot take. Ogres love snoo.
Who doesn't?
Lizards are the most generous lovers.
And on that day, West Karana projectile vomited together.
Have you seen their tongues?
More cushion for the pushin'. OMG, imagine if Blistig were here.
Ogre love is how you get infections, and something else.
That's what cure disease is for.
A man after my own heart.
They have herpes on their mouths.
That's why you get a paper bag? I call that protection. I better stop pushing my luck.
Too late, told mom.
𝗡𝗘𝗩𝗘𝗥 is a confirmed tattletale.
Kaz is a rat, a narc, an informant, a snitch.
I'll narc your snitch.
He's just a leaser looking for love in all the wrong places. Kaz and I determined that level 43 was good enough. We'd move on to greener pastures. We were planning on hitting up the ice giants in Everfrost, but not only is that a highly camped spot, but we were underleveled. Despite the fact that a max level ice giant was level 42, it has high HP and hits like a truck. Like with level 42, I leveled up turning in the bracers. While my time in West Karana was boring at times, I feel like I got an experience you really only see in certain MMOs. West Karana out of character chat reminded me of Baron's chat back in the day, minus all of the terrible Chuck Norris jokes and memes. By taking a detour to a quiet spot like this, you never know who you will meet. I consider this time in West Karana unforgettable. I only covered a portion of the conversations I had out there. A lot was cut, because God, it's taken me an eternity to write this script. I'd like to thank Crusades for making those long days in West Karana bearable. Thank you everyone for supporting my channel. I know it's taken an eternity to get this out. That's because I initially decided to release this as one massive video, and then release it in small parts. So I spent a lot of my time recording rather than working on a script. I'm going to start working on part 2 right away after releasing this video, so hopefully I'll be able to get it out to you sooner, rather than later. I'm really glad I made the choice to do these videos in parts, because part 1 turned out to be a massive project, with the same scope as episode 3, though I don't know how long this turned out to be, maybe around as long, maybe shorter or longer. Regardless, thank you for your continued support. Before I end this video, I want to tell you that I will be playing Classic Wrath of the Lich King on Grobulus, mostly because it has the best faction balance in North America. For the 3 months during the peak of its popularity, I am going to put Project 1999 completely on hiatus. Don't panic. I will continue to make Project 1999 videos after Wrath of the Lich King dies down. I am going to try to get parts 2 and 3 to you before it comes out. So please give my Wrath of the Lich King content a shot. I'm going to give it the same amount of love and care as I do Project 1999. Thank you for watching, please like and subscribe to my channel. I love you all. Until next time, peace.